Hello again, lords and ladies. Welcome to episode 2 of my brand new CK3 series. This is a series inspired by my love of Red Dead Redemption. We are doing a roleplay campaign as Dutch Van Der Linde, and we're roleplaying as the leader of a band of just vagabonds and criminals trying to make our way in the medieval world. This is the second episode. We spent a lot of time in episode 1 with, like, the character creator. And I used the example of, in Red Dead Redemption 2, like, the first episode was, like, our version of Coulter, if you know. That's, like, the starting location. Last episode I said it was, like, our starting position was, like, Horseshoe Overlook, which is actually the second settlement, technically, in Red Dead Redemption 2, but the first one is, like, a prologue. The first settlement is, like, training you on, like, how to play the game and do all that. So that's what I'm treating this location as, Amsterdam. We're going to treat this as our kind of prologue starting position. We need to get the initial missions out of the way, and I need to make some money. We had a big failure last episode. I tried a criminal contract, and it just didn't go well for Dutch. We ended up getting scarred last episode, too, which is interesting. So today we want to get some above-board contracts done. There are a few in the area, and then I want to move as soon as possible. As soon as we get 60 gold, I'm going to upgrade my camp, and we're going to build the supply tent so I can increase my provisions capacity. And then once we have a decent capacity, we're going to move camp. I had initial plans to go to Ireland and stuff, but I think I'm going to take that back. I don't think I want to do that. It's going to be really dangerous for us to travel here, guys, because upon, you know, a more close inspection of Ireland, people's opinions are just really bad, and it's not really because of me. We haven't been causing a lot of crimes, and we haven't been committing a lot of crimes and improving, or not improving. I guess you wouldn't say you're improving. I want to treat this, the gallows bait trait. It's a good way to think of it like a wanted level. So the higher the wanted level gets, we do get some benefits out of it, but the general opinion goes down. So we're going to treat this as, like, our wanted level screen. Our wanted level hasn't gone up in anything yet, but the Irish culture, or just Irish people don't like me. Cultural acceptance is a big hit to opinion, and they don't like that I'm Catholic. I almost forgot that the Irish are insular. They're not Catholic, so because they're a different faith, they don't like me as much. So I think it might be a little too dangerous for me, at this point at least, to travel to Ireland. I think instead I'm going to move my camp once we get money. We're going to move away from Coulter, and we're going to move to our next official settlement. I'm going to Paris. I think Paris is a big enough city where we can get a lot of contracts, and maybe there will be some good criminal contracts that we can get. But I think Paris will be a good base of operations. So we're going to go there instead. So first, let's get a mission. I said I would accept this one, this hired muscle mission. It's not going to give us enough to upgrade our camp. I might have to do a couple missions, but we'll do this one first. And we can always search for new contracts by going to the tavern or talking to the crier. But that involves us spending prestige to get contracts, and if I don't feel like spending my prestige. I don't have a lot. Let's see how much luck we have today with our contracts. Last episode, I dove in feet first into the criminality, and it just didn't end up working out. My needs are simple, explains Ansfried. There are certain thorns in the rose of Antwerp, and I would like you to remove these prickly characters. I can't be seen to remove them directly, so you're going to deal with them for me. I draw a thumb across my neck quizzically. No, clarifies my employer. No serious bloodshed. Just keep them silent without killing them until they understand what it is to disrespect the Count. So the success chance is really low to start, so I should probably prioritize on as many success chance jobs as possible. I have 3 followers now. We have Arthur Morgan, Hosea Matthews, and I got this new guy, and I didn't rename him. I guess I'll name him John Marston. Marquardt Marston. He's 33 years old, so he's pretty young. Now, let's keep in mind that these people aren't going to be alive forever. Like, it's only a matter of time before these people start dying off, and I haven't decided whether I'm just going to name new companions these names, or we can go with it. Oh, he has a house. Let's just name his house Marston. John Marston. We'll just get rid of this. So House Marston, John Marston, he's the only one besides me who has, like, an emblem and stuff. These guys don't. They're lowborn. So John Marston has a pedigree. So now that I have 3 characters, these jobs should be easy. The last job I did, I only had 2 people. Arthur Morgan would be a good outcast. That helps my success chance a lot. That got it up to 51%. Hosea Matthews is going to add another 11%. And then John Marston will add 5% more success chance, or we can increase the speed, so it'll reduce the length of time for each phase. Let's do success chance, and instead of just waiting for 5 advantages, since the phases are going to be pretty long, we might not even get to the maximum success chance until we accumulate 10 advantages. So we might just do this one, and that should pretty much make it a success. Now this is going to take a while, so we will speed up. We'll go to speed 5. Life in close quarters tends to magnify relationships, good and bad. Fortunately for John and Hosea Matthews, their common interest in the constant clamor of cackling of the terminally sociable has proven to be a strong bonding agent. Okay, so John Marston and Hosea are getting along. The two laughing and joking together at camp and riding alongside one another on the road is becoming an increasingly common sight. Good for them. I want to see that. I want to see my companions getting along. A figure stumbles into camp dirty and tired, clearly in need of a square meal. His name is Demeus, he says. There are more like me, he gestures off in the distance. All of us left to rot after every petty conflict ends. Our sword arms work as well as ever, but our lot is to wander and starve. We're the only ones left who won't rob the vulnerable for food and valuables. He came across the wrong person. His eyes glint with determination despite his haggard bearing. I'd rather die. Now, because we have the gallows bait trait already, we have this option. We can take 20 gold from him, and we get a trinket. And I lose stress, but it increases my experience in banditry. So our wanted level in banditry will start going up a little bit, but we haven't increased it at all. Nice, free money and a free trinket. Prowess +2, prestige, night effectiveness, attraction opinion. All of those are useful. There's no useless part to this. Wow, that was a nice stroke of luck. I'll take it. Thank you. I don't think we're being unreasonable, snarks the cook who presumably drew the short straw on coming to speak to me. This is, Mr. Oh my goodness, the cook. It'll come to me. There's plenty of farms here, even if they're not great ones. It cannot be that hard for us to pause briefly and stock up on some of the little luxuries that make our food bearable. I sigh, weary of conversation already. I wonder which of us will break first. Yes, our provisions are perhaps a bit below where I'd like them to be, but there's little cause for such alarm. It's Mr. Pearson, by the way, I remembered while I was reading it. Some free provisions? I don't want to spend any money. So the only free option, if we, the lowest we'll get is 75 provisions. Oh, nope, we got them all. Mr. Pearson's happy. The campfire crackles, illuminating a figure entering our circle. He moves with vigor despite the lateness of the hour, hand wrapped around a walking stick. Those standing guard are already intercepting, but I wave them away. Do you have a place for a man of God? I already know what I'm gonna name him. I have to look up... I don't know the characters' first names all the time, because in the games they're just always using their last names, but, I'm gonna look up very quickly their names, but this is gonna be Swanson. I'll take him if he's good. I gain the trait Traveler. I have to convince him, though. 57% chance, and I gain Friend to the Holy for 5 years. Monthly Piety plus 10%. Same Faith plus 10. That'll help me in Catholic countries with opinions. And Clergy opinion plus 10. Hell yeah. His name is Orville. That's his first name. I think that's the first time I'm learning that. Or we can get the Traveler trait. I can get that at any time. I feel like I'm going to have plenty of opportunities. But I risk him not joining us. 57%. I wish I had a wife to help me cheat. I'll give it a shot. Nope. Alright, no Swanson. Let's grab Dreadful. Dread gain plus 30%. Two of my agents, John and Hosea, seem to have found common cause in our plan beyond the basic goal. Impressed by his compatriots' compatriots. I needed to read it so you guys see it. I'm not an idiot. Skill with the logistics, will, and leadership presence required to hire muscle. Hosea Matthews has taken to studying what John does differently to himself in hopes of improving his own skills. Harmless enough in theory, but it doesn't help our overall goal. Hosea increases his martial by 1. Hired muscle gains focused on goal. We're pretty much done with the scheme, so in decreasing the amount of time it's going to take is kind of irrelevant, or I can gain 500 martial lifestyle experience. I like that Hosea is trying to learn, but I want to learn. I'm taking that for myself. So we're almost at max. We're at max now. We're just going to wait for one more advantage, and then we'll... Oh, there we go. We got it. Execute with confidence. Okay, so success. Our first successful contract. 30 gold. He gained some opinion. Plus 23. I don't know if that's enough to convince him to give me one of his courtiers. There's a woman right here that I was looking at on trying to bring in. She has a decent personality, and she has good diplomacy, so if I ever do diplomacy contracts, she would be a good agent to help me. And she has a decent personality. She's on the older side, though. She's 35. I'd probably marry her off to Hosea, because he's in his 30s. Oh, no, he's 28. She might be on the older side. There was another woman in here. I thought there was another woman in here. Because after I'm... now that he's on good terms with us, he's on my list of patrons, and we can make a request to arrange a marriage. He won't accept still. I need to improve his opinion more. 23 isn't enough. Alright, so that answers that question. We wouldn't be able to get that woman if we wanted to. We have exactly 60 gold. Let's buy this supply tent. I'm at max provisions. I need to store up more. Let's get it built. So now I have nothing. I'm destitute. Move your accursed tent, damn it, Arthur Morgan. This is my spot, cries Hosea, disrupting my evening walk. Arthur Morgan seems unmoved, simply folding his arms across his chest. Yeah, Arthur, stand your ground. It can't be your spot if it's got my tent up on it, now can it? He snarks back. That's a good point. Arthur's got a point. Desperate for a higher authority, Hosea Matthews whirls around to me. Boss Dutch, Please, I beg of you, discipline this wretch. I can ignore the situation and get some prestige, but they're going to start not liking each other. I mean, this already happened. This already happened, so I can just get free prestige. Do I want to get a hook on one of them? Neither of them have gold. I don't see the need to get a hook on either of them. Figure it out. I'm not your mother, boys. Figure it out. Okay, so now we immediately need another job, but now that we're back in town, let's visit the holding. We have some prestige that we can spend, so I'm gonna talk to the town crier. There's 2 criminal contracts available. Or just 2 intrigue contracts. The 2 criminal ones don't cost me any prestige, but I wouldn't mind intrigue contracts because I'd be good at them, but they're not criminal. See? This is an above-board intrigue, and this is the guy that we just did a job for. If we do another contract for him, we can improve his opinion again, and there's a chance for us to get more gold, 40 as opposed to 30, and twice the amount of provisions. Hopefully my supply tent will be done before the contract is fulfilled, but I'm going to do this one. Let's use our intrigue skills lawfully. Trustworthy eavesdroppers and enterprising foreigners. The Count of Antwerp wishes it to be known he is inviting useful revelations from across the kingdom and beyond. So he wants us to spy on people. I'll do it. The Van Der Linde gang is pretty good at that. We're not going to move our camp. Perhaps we can't get into Count Radbaud's court without raising a few eyebrows, but it seems we hardly need to. The locals are abuzz with rumors of infidelity. No one too high, but an unexpected affair does add a little spice to the humdrum of daily life in Amsterdam. Fortunately for us, with so many chins wagging, it should be fairly easy to work the servants and lesser courtiers for crumbs of useful gossip. 88% success, 78%. I can get a 100% guaranteed, but cost me prestige. %chance is a good odds. Success. Oh my goodness. John Marston, Arthur just killed Hosea in the dead of night at our camp near Nettersticht. Alright, I step out quietly. What was that sound? That's when I see it. My caravan master, Arthur Morgan, silently draws closer to my acquaintance, Hosea Matthews, who is sleeping in the open fields. With a heavy stone, Arthur Morgan crushes Hosea Matthews' skull, leaving the grass stained with blood. Arthur Morgan quickly scans the area, unaware of that I've seen everything. We're not going to call the guards on him. We're going to settle this in-house. Fascinating technique. I can gain 2 intrigue, and we learn of Arthur Morgan's murder secret, so we can hold that against him. Alright, we need a new Hosea. Arthur killing Hosea? Arthur and Hosea were like some of the closest members of the gang. They were some of the oldest members of the gang. They were the 2 originals. No, it was Dutch and Hosea who met each other. They met each other trying to rob one another. And then they picked up Arthur. I'll take the intrigue. Okay, we just need a new Hosea. I need to replace him. By God, there has been a murder. Who would wish death upon our impressive Hosea Matthews? And why were they so brutal? I don't know. Maybe it's... It couldn't be Arthur Morgan the Cruel. It couldn't be him. My Knight John continues. Yes, indeed. Who would ever dream of doing something like this to poor innocent Hosea Matthews? Arthur Morgan says. In the corner of his eye, I can see him holding back a chuckle. We should move on. There's a 50% chance that we gain another intrigue skill. John Marston loses 30 opinion. Arthur's opinion is already amazing, and he's terrified of me, so there's no point in improving his. We'll just stay silent. Interesting dynamics for the Van Der Linde gang already. Arthur Morgan kills Hosea. Even without gaining direct access... Oh, no, we read this already, so we don't need to read it again. 95% chance. Oh, we'll go with that one. %. Alright, success. Count Ansfried's agents meet us in Leuven, eager to take our report to their lord. It's not much. With our gathered rumors and hearsay being so sparse, there's comparatively little here for Ansfried's spymaster to work with. Little, but not quite nothing. A short, grumbled conversation later, the Count's spies bring forth our agreed pay. Discreetly, of course. Alright, 500 provisions, which I... Damn it! My supply tent didn't finish, so those provisions just went to waste, but I'll take the gold. And we got the 40 as opposed to the 30, so we got the extra pay. And we got a weak hook on him. So I could definitely get a woman from his court. I'm doing it. Should I reward Arthur Morgan with a wife for killing Hosea? I really want more members. I just lost one, so I might as well get a free one. So let's go to our list of patrons. We might not even need to use a hook. Oh no, it does use it. It uses weak hook. He will accept now. Let's double check that that lady is still single. She is. She's 35. So she's running out of time to have kids. Do I care if they have kids? I don't think kids are really a concern. It's not, unless they're for me. My kids are a concern, and I want to have children. But do I care if my gang members are having kids? Not really. But she's got really good diplomacy, and I like her personality. But I have to marry her to bring her in. Oh, it's going to cost me some prestige, too. Arthur, you owe me so much. I could just ask him for gold. But he's only going to give me 5. And that's not worth a hook. That hook is more valuable than 5 golds. I'll spend the prestige for another member. Actually, she seems to blend, or she seems to have a similar personality to John Marston. And they're the same age. They're both patient. They're both upstanding individuals. And you know what, John Marston, even though I think he does deserve a negative trait, because, you know, he killed people and stuff, but I think John Marston had a sense of justice, and was he patient? I don't know if that really fits, but we'll bring her in. Well, I'm sorry, guys, I'm talking too much, but I'm just getting into the roleplay a lot, so, I mean, isn't that what we're here for? This is a patrilineal marriage. There's a medium chance of children, but she only has 11 years to give him kids. And we know what we're going to name their son, if they have a son. And I'm going to name her Abigail. But let's bring her in first. Oh no, let's just name her now. And we'll give her the last name Marston. I think her, what was her last name was Johnson, right? I'm looking at my list here. And she's not even on the list, of course. But whatever, she's Abigail Marston. Oh no, she gets that generically because he's already Marston. Just just Abigail. I'm gonna make her a brunette, because Abigail was a brunette. Okay, so his opinion went down as a result of us asking him to do that. It was this guy. I was like, hold on a second. Yeah, it went down. He accepted our marriage proposal. I could probably give Abigail a job. Oh yeah, I need a new second. And I haven't given John Marston a job yet. Arthur definitely had seniority over John, but John was high up in the ranks in the gang. He was like... it was Hosea's probably number 2, Arthur number 3, and then probably John number 4. Because he had a tent. He had his own tent. You know, he had seniority. So I'll give John Marston my second. And then... Abigail would be a terrible doctor. I don't think it would be in character for her to be a good doctor anyways. Okay, so she doesn't get a role in my camp, but at least we have a new member. Let's visit the tavern again. We can relieve some stress at least. Or we can try to get some... 11% chance isn't great, but I wouldn't mind some stewardship. We just got a temporary thing. Let's see who's up for recruitment. He's cowardly, apparently, which doesn't make sense. His prowess is excellent. And he's strong. What's he got to be afraid about? He's 19 years old and a youngin'. I don't have the money for these things. I don't have the prestige to ask for more jobs or go to the crier. But now that we have that tent under construction, let's move our camp. We're not going to need 2,700 provisions to get to Paris. So let's shift. I'm not interested in any of these support faction contracts or any of these diplomacy ones. So let's move our camp. And instead of going there directly, let's see if we can hit some of these important destinations along the way. We'll stop off at Aachen, get some diplomacy lifestyle, which I might switch into at some point. And then going to Bar gives us diplomacy lifestyle. So let's customize the route. As long as we don't hit any danger along the way, I don't mind making some stops. And then we'll end up in Paris. So we're using 965 provisions. Let's make sure we're scouting for talent. And since there's no danger, I don't have to do anything else, so we'll start moving. Alright, boys. We don't have a Susan Grimshaw. She would be a good caravan master, because that was her job in the camp. Like, she was in charge of getting everybody on the road and setting up your tent and, like, supervising the camp, essentially. But we don't have a Miss Grimshaw yet. So let's go. Let's move along. Get back on the road. A willing... Oh my goodness. He's on the older side, and he's a different religion, but I can do something about that. I just can't do about anything about it now. I don't have the option to convert people yet. I have to upgrade my camp in order to be able to convert people or ask or force them to convert. But he has 28 learning, and he already has a physician skill. He's a mastermind philosopher. he would be a great doctor. His aptitude as a personal physician is excellent. I can spend 1,000 provisions. That is a lot. I have it, but I don't have 30... I don't have 125 gold. Okay, we're going to stock up on everything once we get to Paris. So I'll spend the provisions. He's going to start off by not liking me much, but that should change as time goes by. And he is intimidated by us. See, I can't demand conversion. Adventurers require the portable shrine upgrade for the baggage train to convert followers. And I do want to be able to do that. But that's just money we don't have. We haven't upgraded the camp enough. We need to get our butts to Horseshoe Overlook, which is what kind of Paris is going to be for us. We need to get to Horseshoe Overlook, and we need to send the members out, send out the gang, send them to Valentine, so they can start giving us money and start contributing to the camp. Remember, the camp gets its slice. Diplomacy lifestyle. Alright, so welcome to France, or we're entering... It's not France yet, it's West Francia. But interesting, West Francia split up already, so now it's Aquitaine and West Francia, so now it divided up. So we're in the West Francian part. That's where Paris is. As we travel through the outskirts of Epernay, we suddenly see a jovial man in the distance, jumping, dancing, and singing to himself. He seems like quite the character. Would you like to hear some... would you like to hear some of me songs about Louis the Faint-Hearted King? He yells as soon as we get within shouting distance. Before we have time to answer, he starts singing a merry tune about the depravities of King Louis. So we haven't even been in France for 5 seconds, and we already came across somebody. Wow, King Louis of West Francia is terrified of us. And we just entered his kingdom. So that's good. That's a nice little... that's interesting to know, that... The ruler of the realm that we just entered is terrified of us. We can learn one of... Wow, we can learn one of the king's secrets. Oh my god, we just walked into here. We just entered here, and we're getting all this stuff thrown at us. I could kill him and gain 13 dread. I could kill this guy. King Louis's opinion would go up by 15. I think it's more valuable to have a hook, or to have a secret on the king. So we're going to do this. Do we have a lot of stress? We do have some that we need to relieve, so I'll do that. Interesting things happening along our travels. Passing through a back alley in Colomiers, I see a lonely child and his dog sitting in a corner behind a small wall. Here you go, Valor. He tells it as he hands it a small piece of bread, keeping none for himself. Looking at the two, clearly the dog has been taken much better care of than its owner. The kid must be giving it everything he can find. Now, Dutch would absolutely be nice to this kid. He would absolutely be nice to a kid. I lose 5 gold. That's not much. You gain Kind Ruler for 5 years, General Opinion plus 5, and... Hell yeah. Here's some food, child. Totally within Dutch's character. I think Dutch would bring him in. I think Dutch would have brought that kid along and started mentoring him. I find myself making such noises when sitting down at the campfire in the evening now. The elders always talk about how that happens when you get older, but I'm only 23. No, such is the wear and tear of a life lived rough. I can see the toll it takes on the others, too. Arthur Morgan winces a bit as he slumps down next to me. Stress gain minus 15% for 5 years, but is it worth 15 golds? I don't have 100 gold, so I can't do that. You know what? We're entering Paris. Let's spend some money. Let's be nice to the gang. Let's be nice to this murderer who killed Hosea. I have the gold. It's okay. We're about to make a bunch of money now. So immediately upon entering Paris, we have 2 criminal contracts. We can arson, or a heist. So we get larceny. This contract requires you to complete an intrigue scheme. Okay. If you succeed, you will be able to test your intrigue agents and officers to steal even more gold. Now, I don't have a lot of members right now. If I had a bunch of members, this might be really easy. So it might be too much for me to take on right now, at this very second. My supply tent is done. But we need ways to make money. Protect the innocent. Now, we could do this one. How much is it worth? 60 gold if we do a good job. We'll get our 1,000 provisions back, so this will pay for the guy that we just brought in. Who probably wouldn't be good in intrigue schemes, because that's his worst trait. But he's an extra hand. He probably wouldn't help a lot with intrigue contracts, but he would help a little bit. He would contribute in a little bit. I'm taking this. Let's protect the innocent. I need a way to make some money before I start doing criminal contracts. I should have stopped at the tavern. Did I stop at the tavern? I think I forgot. As we travel by the Seine, we notice a man loudly cursing his life and complaining about his traitorous crew. As we get closer, we see him standing by the remains of a small wrecked trading vessel. Are we along a river? Okay, so we are along a river, so I was about to say, we're in the middle of nowhere. Why are we coming across a boat? But we are next to the Seine. My lord, can I ask for a moment of your time? I will happily pay for some food. Happily pay for some food and assistance with repairing my boat. 7 gold. Okay. Animals, thugs, and ruffians. The mere thought seems to be enough to disturb Count Urchinrad's demeanor. The common people of the county are so agitated, I fear they may rise in arms at any moment. With these young family, those young families have been rebuking my officers, asking why we have not protected them. Well, that's why we're here, right? Let's do a balanced. My lowest priority is for the time savers. Arthur wouldn't be good muscle? Hey, didn't we do a contract earlier, or last episode, where he was good muscle? Why is he not good muscle all of a sudden? Okay, so we weren't able to get the success chance all the way... Like, the success chance is low, so instead... Because the phases are really short, so it's not going to take long for us to get to 54% success chance, and that's where it's going to stay. So instead, since the phases are quick, we'll gather our advantages quicker, and then we'll just save up advantages. So instead of just doing 5, we'll do like 10 or 15. Maybe we'll just do 10. That should be enough. But since the phases are so short, we'll get those really, really fast. There's no need to go speed 5. Alright, you know what? Let's go to speed 4 instead. I'm gonna make this decision, gather provisions. It's a free way to get some provisions. 30% chance of 825, 46 of 550. I was wounded. Are you serious? I was successfully treated immediately, though. We have to be careful because we got scarred and we don't want to get to level 2 of scarred. Oh, look at this. Rustling, animal rustling. Your count reminds you once more that the theft of livestock will be punished harshly. No matter the tally or the reason, you have been warned. This contract requires you to travel to several locations stealing livestock at each via a prowess challenge. So, my 16 prowess is pretty good. You may also test the higher martial or stewardship. Or use certain officers instead. So to do this mission, I would need a lot of prowess, martial, or stewardship. Those are the same. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. Hey, now that we're in Paris, look at all these criminal contracts. It's a good place for us to be. We just have to pace ourselves with all of these. I want to choose the best of all of these. I am going to do one of them, but if we do all 3, it's just going to wreck my wanted level. So we'll do one at a time, and we'll kind of... Oh, wow, another one. Mug wealthy citizenry. All these opportunities for us. Just 2 more advantages, and we'll complete this contract. And I have to remember to visit town. Okay, let's execute with confidence. Scheme gains plus 5% to its final success. That's not much. 59% chance now, so it went from 54 to 59. Let's wait some more. Let's gather up 15 instead. Now what is it? That increases it by 10, so 64. Let's cover every angle. These phases are really, really short. It's okay. It's tough to describe what's so appealingly intimate about the low buzz of a camp settling in for the evening. Maybe it's the swapping of grisly tales outside of tents, the tents of friends, the rummaging of crates and barrels from the supply tent, or even the mumbling and muttering to himself. All of this forms a quiet, comforting blanket of familiarity. This is my domain, and these are my people. A small kingdom. Uh-oh, Dutch is already getting thoughts of being a king. But a one where I know every sight, sound, and soul. We can get some prestige, which we do need. I don't need their stress relief. Or we can reduce our provision use. This isn't necessary because we're staying put for now. So let's take the prestige. Getting more levels of fame will improve a lot of things, but it improves opinions as well. And that's another way to kind of counteract the fact that people don't like me because I'm a criminal. If we improve our level of fame and we become distinguished, that'll help with some opinions. So people like a famous criminal. If you're not famous, people will hate you. But if you're a famous criminal, they'll let it slide, I guess. Which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. We're going to go with it. Contract concluded. My scheme to protect the innocent has progressed well, perhaps too well. So, 74% chance. It just automatically did it. Success. 50 gold, 500 provisions. 3, 4, and there goes the 5th boar this morning. I put the corpse down in the cart right in time for Count Erkenrod to arrive with his servants. What a magnificent job, he applauds. No more murdered cattle, no more lost children. Here, have your payment, and if the common folk complain once again, I know who to call for. Oh no, we got 60. He paid us 60 gold. So we got an extra 10 gold because he was so happy with us. 75 prestige. He's one of our patrons now. We got a hook on him. We lost some trade experience in Bandit. Did we have any? But if we did have any, it helped it go down. And we got 1,000. Look at all the stuff we got, guys. Nice. So it really pays to be nice every once in a while and protect the innocent. Wow, his opinion's only 14 after us doing that? Oh no, he's traveling. He's traveling now. I thought that was us. I was like, where the hell am I going? Hit the road, you useless fool. Another intrigue perk. It seems that our caravan has gotten lost. Arthur Morgan has been trailing us around Saint Denis? Is that really where we are? Wow, guys, isn't that cool? Saint Denis. We're in Saint Denis, and Arthur can't speak French. Guys, that's so cool. I like that. Isn't that... I think that's awesome. What are the odds? And though he at last swallowed his pride and asked for directions, he does not appear to be an expert in oil vulgar speak. And I wasn't much better. Something's going on with John. He's got a hangover. I think Dutch would laugh at him. I don't think Dutch would I don't think Dutch would slow down for him. Dutch would definitely laugh at him. Dutch would get a kick out of it. So I think I'm going to progress down the torture line until we get to crime pays, and then I think I'm going to switch into diplomacy. Maybe. I don't intend on stressing out, so this might be, this might go to waste, this perk, but maybe I'll stress out at some point, not by choice, and at least we'll be getting some skills out of it, so I'll do that one. Let's just get to crime pays. I want this before we start doing criminal... well, that might be too long. But I do want it soon. Let's laugh at John Marston. Hopefully he's not too pissed at us. I think he still likes us. John is plus 21. Okay, so we're back at camp. Let's visit. There's a guy who's robust, 13 prowess. I would have to pay for this guy. He's the more expensive one. I've already got somebody who's club-footed. I don't need another one. Alright. Guys, I care about congenital traits when it comes to me and my family and stuff, but when it comes to bringing people in, congenital traits are good because it helps them with their skills, like robust gives them prowess, but I don't care about, like, passing this trait down, you know? Whatever. Let's listen to a story. Oh, there's a woman that we could talk to and possibly get in our group for free. Since we just got paid, let's use some of this money. It's not much, 18, and we can gain some experience. I want this trait because if we get it, we can start leveling up, and it does improve opinion with people as long as they're also a hostile looter. So I'm sure there are a bunch of those kind of people hanging around, so that'll help with opinions. I want to help with opinions in every single way I can. So we'll get that trait. 18 gold. Probably a little too expensive for what it was worth, but... wow. We can bring a witch in, but she's shrewd. She is a schemer, too. 20 learning. She's honest, zealous, and brave. She's 37. Let's talk to her. I should have read that before. I'm intently observing the enchantress sitting herself down at a nearby table. The tavern owner called her Belle Azez, didn't he? Well, we're gonna have to change her name if we bring her in. We'll have to give her a new name. She looks puzzled as I approach her, possibly because my internal turmoil is clear as day on my face. Why would this bother me? I am Boss Dutch of the Van Der Linde gang, damn it! I keep reminding myself of my recent accomplishments in order to remain calm. I'm mostly failing. So I'm getting choked up in front of this lady, apparently. I can't seduce her because I'm not a seducer, but I have a 76% chance to just convince her to join me for free. No money spent at all. She has a lot of skills. She doesn't have any intrigue skills, but she could help me with other things. I suppose I can get her married to one of my... She's 37. I want to marry Arthur to a woman who's going to give him a kid, because I want to have a Jack. I want them to have a Jack. I have an open quartermaster slot. She might be good at that. I should rename him too. If you let me borrow a kiss, I promise to give it right back. Alright, let's see how good Dutch is at convincing the ladies. I failed. Really? Wow, Dutch. I am disappointed in you. He's got the scar trait. He's got the attraction opinion. And didn't we get that other event that improved our attraction opinion? Our general opinion, kind ruler. Wow. I guess you can't... Some people you just can't please. $74, he's not worth it. He's gonna die soon. He's impressive, but he's gonna die soon. $72 gold. No. I just don't have the money to be making these kinds of hires. So, let's make this guy our quartermaster. I suppose he could be our new Hosea. I'll rename him to Hosea. Even though Hosea, I don't believe he was an Ashkenazi Jew. I just wanted to double check that he was the best choice for that, because I gave him 2 jobs. Now, that new lady that we just brought in... Oh, no, we didn't bring her in, because we failed. I want another, like, legal job. I want another legal contract before I start doing these criminal ones again. If I spend some prestige, I can ask the crier. Diplomacy, hireling, treasure map contracts. Bring an old and withered adventurer to find their final treasure. Maybe we can rob them at the end of it? Is it worth 75 prestige, though? Because I'm running low on prestige. Okay, let's go on a hunt. Do we want the treasure ones or do we want the hirelings? The hirelings are sometimes good paying jobs. I don't think I've ever done a treasure map contract. I'm just curious to see what it is. That's why I'm tempted to do this one. I'll spend... I hope it's worth it. I'll do it. I'll spend that prestige. We'll check them out in a second. 50 gold reduces stress, and I gain 1,000 provisions. If I fail, this random wandering person, their opinion goes down, and I waste prestige. But I don't care if she hates me. That's not a problem. Is it? It's right here. So it's in Paris. So it's here. I can select it here. But before I want to do that, I'm going to spend 15 gold. As an adventurer, hunting gives less prestige, but provides provisions, which I need. Hunts are overseen by the huntsman, which I don't have. At the start of the hunt, you will get an opportunity to purchase hunting rights for gold. Else you will gain a Gallows Bay poacher trait for experience. I might gain trophies, so I might gain another artifact. I can gain a legend seed. Participants gain prestige. Participants gain legitimacy. The stress loss is useless, but I can get the hunter trait. It depends on how much the hunt is going to be to get permission for. If I do a slay beast intent, we can ensure a higher success chance. If I just do the bare minimum. I hope I don't regret this, but I want to get some prestige. And maybe an item or something. Success chance is 10%. I have no right to hunt here in King Louis's fields. I must purchase the rights to do so unless I want to be seen as an outlaw. $30 gold. This is a king that we are going to piss off. This is King Louis II, the Stammerer. He is terrified of us, but I would prefer not to keep sinking his opinion. Let's pay for it. And, after we do this, we'll do a criminal contract. I'm eyeing this heist. And we're going to be robbing a religious man. So I'm sure he's got a bunch of money sitting around. So it'll be worth it. This money will be worth it. And I can get some trades and possibly a trinket, so... A wabbit? A fox? Or a wolf? Let's just keep it simple. This character's physician has plenty of stocks of medicinal herbs, both rare and common. I gain this for 5 years, learning +1 disease resistance. But he leaves the activity. Uh-oh. The ladies are distracting us. I'm not doing anything else with my time. It's not going to be really hard to sway this guy. It's going to take a long time, but the odds are excellent, so let's work on improving. Oh yeah, I didn't rename him. Just name him Hosea. So we're coming across a lady. Oh my goodness. Did I just find my Molly O'Shea? Because she has this inheritable trait, that's why I like her. And she's really good at intrigue, so she can help me do criminal stuff. Oh, no, she doesn't, she's not gonna join us in any way. She's just gonna, this is just a one-night stand. Damn it, I thought this was gonna be an opportunity to bring her along. We'll resist her advances. I'm sorry, Dutch, but, we need to improve opinions any way that we can, and that helped with that. So 34% chance, and it didn't work out. Come on, let me select it, please. So for 5 years, I get some more prestige per month. That's not bad, but I would have to pay 15 gold. I'm spending all this damn gold. I did gain the trait hunter. Not a lot of provisions, so not much. It was kind of a failure. And because we failed, we're gonna do this treasure map now. Let's get some money back. Arsend walks up to me and pats my shoulder. Such a good lad. I truly appreciate your aid in this one final excursion. She hands over a tattered treasure map, the wrinkles around her eyes softening as she smiles. It may not look like much, but I wrestled with Satan himself to obtain this. Treat it with care. Pausing for a moment to let the words sink in, the old woman then cackles. Whenever you're ready, we've got a treasure to dig up. Let's head out. Where we have to travel to. We have to travel halfway across the frickin' continent. I don't want to do that. I already made the... okay, so I already accepted it. I can't change my mind. I thought we were still in the... I thought we were still in the haggling phase. Is she in my... She is in my, entourage now. We're going to travel without the camp because I'm not wasting provisions for this. And it's going to be really dangerous. As long as we can avoid the danger. Okay, there were some times in Red Dead where you're starting... Like, the mission giver told you to do something, like, on the other side of the map, so... Yeah, I don't have the gold to spend for making this trip safer. I chose a not-so-great contract here. Not happy with it. How much danger is there? 31%. I have no choice but to go through some dangerous area, 37%, 34%. 14% chance of danger, 31 here. I can avoid as much as I can. You can go around these hills. I can go through this forest. There's only 11% chance of danger there. Then we'll come here, and then we'll exit the way we came in. So the most amount of danger is just right here. Yeah, so, okay. Not too much. It's an acceptable amount, I think. Okay, so after we leave, we'll come back through the woods. Come out this way. Then come to here. And then come to here. I have to be so specific. Alright, let's go. I hope that we don't run across too much danger. I could go into debt and spend some money, but I'm not going to. Nope. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot about it. I forgot about this event, and I want to forget about it. Again. If I had the money for him, I would do it, but no. Duchess, we're pinching pennies right now. As we ride past, the peasant grabs my clothes with his grubby hands and stares deep into my eyes. This is not behavior fitting of a boss, is it? Had you known who I was, I wouldn't have let me go on like this. He revealed himself to be a noble from House von Gottingen, and seems to hold me now with the highest of contempt. Becomes my rival. Okay, that's pretty scary. I have a rival now. Is there anything? I can't do anything about that. We need to get the hell out of this part of the world. We arrive in Kadan, a countryside early afternoon, and begin looking for clues as to where the marker on the treasure map might point. Walking about the mountains, I notice a well-hidden cavity in a rocky cliff. It leads into a small cave. Inside the grotto, its decor depicting various strange and lugubrious activities. A dusty wooden chest awaits. I open it and uncover a hefty stash of gold, jewelry, and valuables. Finders keepers. She leaves our camp. I gain a bunch of stress and I stress out. 75 gold. Okay, guys, thank you. Let's get the hell out of here. I need to get away from my rival. What? As we travel through the wild lands of Lauterbach, I find myself with the distinct feeling of being watched. Hiding, though poorly, I see a frail, dirty boy watching our entourage. A member of our caravan informs me that the locals say these lands are haunted by someone they call the Godzilla, who is said to have been raised far away from a human society by a wolf. Apparently, the poor creature has taken a fascination with us and has even started to speak some basic Dutch, though not any meaningful proficiency. Of course they call him this. What human mother's womb could have produced such a beast? He's 9 years old, but with some mentoring. until the 2nd of January, 877, which is 5 years. So for 5 more years, he's going to be feral, which reduces all of his skills here. And he's going to have a severe health penalty. Natural dread plus 20. So after 5 years are over, on the 2nd of January, 877, he's going to get 5 diplomacy, and he's going to get all of these skill points back. You know? And then until the 2nd of January, 874, which is only 2 years, he's non-verbal. Stress gain plus 15%, general opinion minus 10%. I'm going to make this decision, guys, and I think I'm going to wrap it up because I didn't realize we were over, and this always happens. I guess I could always get rid of him. I just don't want him to be a liability. I'm just hoping I'm not going to regret taking him in, but... If I tell him to go away and fail, I'm going to get wounded, and I'm going to spend all this prestige that we got. It's this Herculean trait that I like. I'll train the boy. He is my ward now, so we can influence his personality. Alright, guys, we're back home. Or the second that we get back home... We got the Traveler trait. Nice. The second we get back home, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. But this was a fun one. I like how we shifted. We moved our camp. We're now in Paris. We had some interesting goings-on in the camp. Arthur Morgan killed our first Hosea Matthews. And we have that secret now. Make Hosea my knight. So that's where we're gonna wrap it up. We didn't get to do any criminal contracts now yet. But the next one, I promise, now that we have some money in our pockets, let's do a heist. I'm a little concerned about this rivalry, but I guess we'll figure out some way to take care of it. But anyway, my friends, thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed this one. Uh-oh, there's some plague over here. Uh-oh. Of course, I see that when I'm trying to wrap up. Thank you guys for coming. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. Leave a comment as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Some interesting things coming for us in the next one, I'm sure. But I will see you then. Episode 3 of Dutch's Legacy will be coming at you soon. But until then, have a good one, guys.